Analyzing the question of whether or not humans have earned the right to exist has led to our group breaking down this question into two main components. What is it that makes humans deserve life, and what is it that makes humans undeserving of existence? Taking the ideas of philosophers Thomas Hobbes and Niccolo Machiavelli, we can say that humans are inherently selfish and thus evil by nature. However, this is not to say that humans are incapable of doing good. In fact, we can clearly see that over the course of history, man has proven that he can attain such glory and do such good. However, we cannot simply disregard the atrocities that we have committed, the hordes of people that we have massacred, nor the inherent evil nature that lies within us.
To answer the question whether or not we have earned the right to exist, we must look at some of the positives of man concerning society, man's greatest achievement. Two Treatises of Civil Government by John Locke shows the natural rights and idea of human equality, two crowning achievements of human society. On the Origin of Species by Charles Darwin, it becomes clear that we have earned the right to exist because of the fact that we are existing already. However, some negatives have proven themselves throughout the ages, as humans cannot control some of their creations. One example is in Chernobyl, the Ukraine incident in 1986 with the explosion of the nuclear plant. The Exxon Valdez oil spill also comes to mind, damaging huge areas of Alaska with the destructive oil. The stock market crash, also known as Black Tuesday, destroyed the lives of many, ushering in the Great Depression, showing the failure of capitalism. Some more examples include Frankenstein, a literary example where man's creation, the creature, cannot be controlled by its creator, Victor. Finally, a historical example, the Cuban Missile Crisis, facilitated by a technology used incorrectly. A more elaborate oration on the outcome of our mistakes of using this technology can be found in this video.
Although we are clever enough to have designed such weapons, I'm not sure we are clever enough not to use them.
Evidence has shown that humans do not learn from their past, as seen in racial superiority shown in the Spanish Inquisition and moving into the Armenian genocide and the Jewish Holocaust, as shown in this clip of Schindler's List.
Das wollen wir heute noch schaffen?
Nee, das schaffen wir nicht.
Favoritism can also be seen in the present Darfur crisis in Sudan. Things Fall Apart by Achebe also demonstrates white imperialism and racial superiority. In World War II, we also see a ruthless killing and bloodshed of people of all races and nationalities. Humans also try to exert dominance over the earth, as seen in Sputnik, which is an example, although absurd, because we sent a dog to the moon and not our own humans. Even in the Lorax, we see the ambitious nature of man destroy our environment and our earth.
He will always be in conflict, that one group or another will want to be superior to the other, and as a result there will always be wars, fighting, death, and man's natural tendency is to not coexist.
Well, it definitely hasn't done a whole lot of good, that's for sure, because all we've been doing is taking the natural resources and polluting the world and screwing over tons of species for extinction as we destroy their habitats for our own lifestyle, for our own housing development, and polluting the environment, destroying other species, exploiting their natural resources. Not a whole lot of good, I can think.
One example of exploitation by man is over his own man. One such example is in Project MKUltra, carried out by the CIA in conducting illegal experimentation on human brains. Another example is in Communist Russia, the classic totalitarian state where reduced rights and collectivization run rampant. Such oppression has led to the Prague Spring, in which reforms have been crushed and attempts have been also demoralized. This goes into one literary example in 1984, another totalitarian state, where ideology was pushed relentlessly and blind worship of a single leader was pushed. The Communist Manifesto was one example, how it claims all people are suppressed under capitalists and how it has been for history. Finally, song examples such as Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 by Pink Floyd and Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears illustrate these examples.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. Everybody wants to rule. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down.
We exploit our fellow man just through the economies that exist in our world. There's two types of economies, capitalism or socialism. Capitalism in itself is exploitation of others. The majority wins. The one who can beat all the other people have the most
Has
success.
also seen a waste of potential as seen in the Virginia Tech Massacre and 9/11, where humans have looked past progress and decided to harm society instead. The Chinese UAE incident also sees the decline of human morality and good Samaritanism.
The first two human beings, Adam and Eve, chose to go against God's plan. And since then, humanity has made choices that have caused there to be a lot of loss and sin and sadness and devastation in the world. There have been obviously lots of productive and beautiful and glorious outcomes that performed by humanity, but those are coupled with a lot of devastation caused by humanity. So I don't think that we necessarily earn the right to exist, but we are by God's grace we are given the opportunity to exist on the planet.
After analyzing all the evidence within our history, we can conclude that despite all the seeming potential to do good that we may possess, we are actually incapable of being good. Whenever we fix one problem, we always create another. Thus, we can never have all our problems fixed. As humans, we are prone to making mistakes and blunders. There will always be prejudice in this world due to our own evil and selfishness, and it is impossible for us to do anything besides for our own good. However, although we are incapable of achieving good, we should still strive for it, because although we may never attain it, we may approach it so nearly as to reach it itself.